shoot. That was the camera car maybe. There's another police car here. So I flew a quarter of a way across the world to test drive the new Porsche 911 Carrera S, and here I am headed toward Farmhouse 78, the first stop of the day. I'm here with my colleague from Hungary, Richard, and I'm driving the Coupe version of the 911 Carrera S. We'll be test driving the Cabriolet later. And yeah, it's really fun because it has 2 turbochargers and it's rear-wheel drive, so that's the perfect recipe to have fun, right? Passenger mode in the new 911 Carrera S, and this guy is making my heart beat faster than it should. Here I am inside the brand new Porsche 911 Carrera S. We just drove on some spectacular roads. My colleague from Hungary drove the car until now, and he'll be driving it back to Farmhouse 78. At that point, we'll be switching to a Cabriolet, a Convertible, and I'll be driving that. I must say that I think a lot of the drivers who will own this car will never reach its limits, and that's a certainty on public roads because it's just way too fast. With almost 500 horsepower on tap, it's absolutely spectacular. But it feels very stable in any given condition. And even though it's a rear-wheel drive car, there are no signs of it trying to go sideways on us. So yeah, you can drive it with the utmost confidence and not worry about a single thing. Finally, some twisties. After a bit of driving on the highway, we're now experiencing the Porsche 911 Carrera S on the corners, and as you'd imagine, it's fantastic. We're now driving in Sport Plus mode. The suspension is a lot stiffer. I have absolutely no complaints, and I did not expect to have any. Maybe my only complaint is that there's too much power for the road, and you can never really use all of it. But that's the nice thing about this car. You can drive it to the racetrack, enjoy it at the track, and then ride back home in normal mode, feel comfortable. For a sports car, it's quite comfortable if you use normal mode. Even in Sport Plus, the suspension isn't as stiff as I've seen in other older race cars or sports cars, so it's very usable. The seats, we have the sports seats here, but they're not the bucket seats, and that's not a problem if you're not pushing the car to the limit. I would normally choose the bucket seats in any car, but that doesn't apply to everyone. The downshifts are very smooth. You'd expect maybe some lurching forward, but it's very smooth. You can see how far technology has come, because I'm used to driving sports cars that feel very brutal, not so friendly, but this one is just a normal car with a lot of power, and it's very civilized, very balanced. 5th gear at 30 miles an hour and has no problem going uphill, which is fantastic. So here we are on the second part of the test. We switched to a convertible, so it should be pretty fun. I was very surprised today to see how civilized this car is. Porsche has somehow found a way to make a car that's both fast and comfortable. And that's a compromise I never thought would be possible in this world, because it's either one or the other. But that may be a thing of the past, especially with modern technology rolling out.
I've never really been a convertible fan in my life, but I think I might convert soon.
You know what, this car makes me feel like you'd almost have to be greedy to ask for more horsepower. You don't need more horsepower. After all these years of dreaming about owning a Porsche, I must admit I've never once considered I should buy a Carrera S. It was always either a GT3 RS or a Turbo S for me. But today I understand the appeal of a Carrera S. This is a bucket list item right here, driving a convertible Carrera S in California on a sunny day and going up a scenic route up a mountain. It's something a young Dragos would have loved to do when I was maybe 11 or 12 years old, playing Need for Speed Porsche at home. And I'm starting to get a different feeling than what I felt earlier today, because earlier today I was a bit frustrated by the fact that the speed limit would have us drive slower than we would have liked to. But right now I'm finding it very pleasant to drive below the speed limit, because we can feel the open air, we can feel the road, and we can enjoy every bit of this car in a much more visceral way if we want to, or we can just let it cruise in normal mode without having to blast exhaust noise into our ears. It's surprisingly comfortable and not that noisy. I'm at 2000 RPM and you can barely hear the engine. But once you open the flaps, the situation changes. Turbo noises are addictive. I've been driving this car for maybe 10 minutes now, and another thought crept into my mind. If you're gonna buy a Carrera S, you might as well go for the convertible. After all, if you're not looking for track performance, you might as well enjoy the open air. So yeah, it might be a better solution to get a convertible rather than the Coupe in this situation. This is something I've said about the previous 911 Turbo S, the 992.1, but it's a car that inspires confidence. One very interesting thing I noticed is that it's almost as if the PDK gearbox can read my mind, because it happened to me 3 or 4 times until now. Whenever I feel the need, I think about downshifting, it downshifts for me, so it knows exactly what it's doing. Driving this car is exhilarating. It's strange because I'm feeling just like on Christmas Day, although it's March 19th or 20th. Had a little friendly battle with one of the other Porsches, but nothing too crazy. Should we stop at the lake view? So then we don't have to cross the double line.
A few moments later.
Did we pass the lake point?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't notice. I was too caught up in the moment. Yeah, it was slammed. Okay, bumpy road test in Sport Plus. Really not as bad as I expected it would be.